So here's the deal. A new disc just dropped that I didn't even know it was coming out. This thing had no marketing behind it. It just kind of secretly made its way into the disc golf world. It's by a little company called Kastaplast, which somehow I've never reviewed a Kastaplast disc on this channel before, which is crazy. But that all ends today because we have the brand new Impa, which, let me tell you, I've already thrown this a few times. It is one of the most comical discs I have ever thrown. I don't want to spoil anything, but this is a very unique disc that can shape some really wild lines, which means we're gonna have some fun today. So let's go do that. First hole here is a big backhand turnover, which should be perfect for the Impa because it has the numbers 11, 6, -4, turn, 1, fade. It is an extremely understable distance driver. Look at all of that turn, that is ridiculous. Started that on a lot of Hyzer too. Like, that is a crazy amount of understability. So understable, in fact, that we just dive bombed to the right here and we did not get the distance that we needed. And Kastaplast themselves describe this disc as being a very understable distance driver that could be used for various shots depending on your level of play. Some may use it for impressive sky rollers, so they know this is very flippy. And some with less speed as a trustworthy friend for long S curves. As someone who hates throwing backhand rollers, a disc like this could be very useful. We will be trying that out later, but right now we're at a 936-foot par 5. The tricky thing with a disc like this is getting it to go straight, because that is not what this is made for. This is for very niche situations, more of a utility style disc for a lot of players, but we're just trying to throw on a lot of Hyzer, see if we can get it to go straight. When I was testing it out yesterday, I got some pretty nice, just like Hyzer flip to straight style shots, so let's see if I can recreate that today. Don't turn over, challenge, level, impossible. No, see, look, it just turns so much. I babied that. I did not throw that with a lot of power. And we still saw the hole stand up and flip over. I honestly think it's more understable than the MVP Orbital, which is a very popular, very similar disc with the numbers 11.5 at -4.51. So this is actually marketed as being a little bit more understable, but that is a challenge that I don't think many discs are gonna be able to meet when you compare it to the Impa. So throw it on a deep Hyzer. It did flip all the way over and kept turning right. It's just so hard to get these discs to go straight. But I love discs like this because they facilitate huge distance lines, especially if you don't have the power to be throwing like a destroyer type disc, max distance. You can get these type of discs to just do crazy big sweeping lines in the air, which is not what we need for this hole. And to be honest, every single Kastaplast disc I've ever tried outside of the Berg, and I've tried pretty much their entire lineup except some of their newer molds, they've all been more understable than I thought they were going to be based on the numbers. So just in general, I expect Kastaplast discs to be on the understable side of the spectrum for whatever like slot that disc falls into. A little bit of wind out here. It's kind of a crosswind though, right to left. We're gonna try to do a roller, which is not ideal when there's really any wind, but let's just give it a go. Look at that. Look at all that angle it gets immediately. The wind is just pushing it to the right. I guess it's a left to right wind more like, but very easy to do rollers with. That is a promising start to my 2026 backhand roller career. Yeah, babied that one. You can see, oh, that's that S-curve we're looking for. If you throw this very gently, you can see the S-curve rather than the dive bomb to the right. That's what we're looking for. See, we can make it go straight if we really put some brain power into our angles and our arm speed, which sets us up for the easy peasy par. And one of the things that makes Kastaplast so popular, despite being one of the smaller manufacturers in the disc golf game right now, is the plastic blend. I hear Kastaplast fans always raving about the K1 plastic and how good it feels. And overall, I agree. I really like the K1 plastic. I will say it is a tiny bit softer than I typically prefer my Star-esque premium plastic to be. That does make it very gummy though, which I know a lot of people are gonna like. I can tell why people love the plastic so much. Really feels like you can dig your fingers into the flight plate, really get that strong power grip on your disc. One of the cons of having kind of a softer plastic blend though is a little bit easier to scuff up. You know, we already got some scuffs on here, even though I've thrown it, you know, less than 10 times total. We got some wear, and especially if you're gonna be throwing rollers with this disc, then it's probably gonna beat in very, very quickly. Let me know what your favorite Kastaplast mold is down below in the comments. You know me, I'm basic. I'm gonna say the Berg because it's so unique and they did such a good job forging what at the time was basically a whole new genre of disc, which is very cool. I actually used to be a big Grim thrower, which I'm pretty sure is out of production now, sadly. I had a Grim and a Grim X that I liked a lot. Bummer for me. All right, it's like a 400-foot shot. There's a bunch of trees. Let's try another backhand roller because if I do an air shot, I could very easily go in this river off to the right and lose this forever, which I don't want that to happen. It could happen with the roller too, but I think we have better odds of that not happening. Okay, we hit the ground early, that's good. Okay. Oh, no, we're going to the right. No, don't go in the river, please. All that understability, even on the roller, just moving to the right. Hopefully we didn't lose that forever. All right, so update. We found the Impa, thankfully. Was not in the river, but this hole, I think is gonna give us a little bit of a better shot at seeing a solid roller flight. Well, not really flight, right? It's not a roller flight, it's a roller roll or whatever, I don't know. Still a water hazard on this hole, all to the left. It's a 480-foot hole. So we do want to stay out of the left, but I think because this wants to roll to the right, I think that's going to be okay. We can't put it down as early as we have been on the other holes. We have to sky this for a bit longer, but I think that actually lends itself more to a distance driver backhand roller, right? You want this to be in the air a little bit longer before it hits the ground, so it should work out for us. And the wind has died down, so let's make this happen before the wind starts. So put that out pretty flat, and it got to the roller angle, and it's moving to the right. It's going way to the right. It didn't really stand up and go as straight as I wanted, but this is gonna be a great like utility style disc where you can just make it do some really wacky things. Where if you got an obstacle out in front of you, but you gotta get out and around it, whether that be an air shot or a roller, like this is a great disc for that style of shot. Went so far to the right that we almost missed the Mando, but thankfully we did not. We still have to go to the right after this Mando, but I think I could probably throw this like an approach shot, like stand still, not much power, and still get it to turn to the right like we need. Look at that, still turning, comes back a little bit. But that's thrown from like a patent pending, like zero power style shot. All right, so this time we actually did throw it into the river. Very unfortunate because I'm about to get really wet and really cold here probably. Okay, whoa, we're making it happen. We're making it happen here. Could be way more wet than I really am. And here's today's sponsor, my favorite disc golf shoe, whatever that is. I'm not as wet as I could be. Just kidding. Somehow, I actually didn't get very wet. And if you're looking to buy any discs, whether it be Kastaplast or not, you can check out this video sponsor, Disc Golf Deals USA. You can even use my affiliate link. It's in the description below, believe it or not, to get 10% off your entire order. They got a nice selection of Kastaplast. They got some good stuff going on over there. Great customer service, amazing selection of discs. They sent me over this Impa, and if you use the affiliate link, really helps the channel, so that'd be awesome. All right, now that I'm sufficiently dirty, this is a 237-foot par 3. It's really short. I'm gonna try to go way up high to the left on backhand and just try to have it come in gently. You know, I don't want a really aggressive roller angle. I just want to be able to gently kind of pan in. And again, the wind is chill right now, so we gotta strike while the iron is hot. Try to put that out high, Oh, it's working, it's working. Put it out a little too gently because we faded out. Hey, there we go. Doesn't matter that we went way past the basket when the putts start to drop. Which brings us to a 475-foot par 4. You want to do a little bit of a hyzer flip out of this gap. You don't want to end up too far left because you'll be in the trees, or too far right because you'll be very pinched off. So you want kind of hyzer flip to flat, which, as we know, is kind of our nemesis today with this disc. But let's just baby it. Let's just smooth it out there and make this happen. So you threw it so gently to get that flight that isn't just crazy understable. Yeah, it's decent. Went a little bit too far left, babied it just a little bit too much, but gets the job done. Really flippy disc, great for throwing uphill like this. Get up there, oh no! We came so close to sticking the landing there. That's fine though. Well, it's starting to get pretty windy out here, which means we're probably gonna have to call it a day because the Impa, it don't like the wind. This is not a wind sort of disc. This is not a disc you take out when it gets windy. But it's a lot of fun. It's one of the most understable discs I've ever thrown. I think it's more understable than the Orbital or the Innova Mamba. But it's in that category, you know, it's in that echelon of disc. A little touchy because of all the understability, but easy rollers. You can get this on a roller angle, throwing it flat without a whole lot of power, which is great for people like me who don't throw backhand rollers that often. But yeah, crazy lines. It's a really cool disc. It's one that I recommend, though definitely not gonna be for everyone. There's really only a few holes I can even think of in the town I live in here. We have 6 courses in my city, and there's really only like 2 holes that I feel like I'd ever throw this disc on. But for those holes, this is pretty much the perfect disc because it's very unique and you need a very unique shot on those holes. So is what it is, more of a utility disc, but a very fun one at that. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe. That would be awesome. You can also follow me online at @community @FlyingFajita or Instagram @FlyingFajita Disc Golf. And as always, guys, I love you, take care, and I'll see you next time.